It's Operation Babble with Myke Shrews. It's pop culture, music, movies, TV too. It's time to explore life. It's Operation Babble time.
The fuck was that?
It was a turkey, man. Well, not like a turkey man, but it was a turkey man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, dude, that's
Hey,
a scary movie we should make. We should make Turkey Man: The Revenge. And
The
we'll put it
Revenge?
in
We'd have to make the
Thanksgiving
first one
universe.
first.
No, you don't. They made
Yeah.
New Hope episode 4. It's all good.
Oh, so then we're gonna do 3, and then we'll go back and ruin it with a bunch of political
And ruin
ass
everything.
bullshit.
And then ruin everything.
Turkey Man, and then we dive into like the whole Thanksgiving thing, and yeah.
Turkey,
Anyways.
Turkey Florians or something.
So
Sorry, I'm already getting us off topic.
for our unaudio people that can already see, and for our
audio people.
our video people, I'm already drinking. Shut up. We're
right, fair
recording
enough.
this in the afternoon, so I get to drink, people.
Apparently, Michael is going to be in rare form today.
So we have back with us Austin Mosher, and this is exciting because this is the first episode where Austin and John are finally both here together.
So, nice to meet you, sir. Handshake.
Nice-
Wait,
nice
there we go.
virtual
There we go.
handshake, yeah.
Nice to meet you. Okay, I don't know. That was
You guys are complete opposite. Like you're on
Yeah.
the bottom and he's on the top for me. So
And also, I didn't even think that his layout's probably different than ours. I'm doing like the full one, so I can see all three
Yeah.
of us at the same time.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't know, if you can do that too, Austin, if you want to see both of us at the same time, rather than just whoever's talking at that point.
Well,
I
I
would do
see
everything.
all three.
Okay, cool.
Oh, so he was the smart one. See, I didn't figure out how to do the layout till like 2 weeks ago, and he made me record it.
I don't know. This is just kind of how it came up. So I didn't actually do anything. So
Oh well, must be nice. That's that white. It's that white privilege for you right away.
That. Oh, all right, John.
Okay. What?
You're just mad because now you only have white privilege because I took your Mexican card away.
I know. Probably deservedly so. So it's fine. It's fine.
So what's up, guys? Austin? How have you been lately? Because you haven't been on in like a year almost, right? Because we did
yeah, the last episode I did was the best of 2019 list episodes. Like we did our top 5 of 2019.
Yeah, and we did it
We
like
did that,
2 months.
before like the Oscars and all that stuff. So it's like we did it when there was still quite a bit of 2019 left.
Yeah.
Because the last one I remember was you guys talking about Lighthouse, which I finally watched.
That was the
like,
first one where Austin showed up.
Was that the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the first one, and then I did was the Parasite one.
Which I
Yeah,
just got in the mail
Parasite.
yesterday, boys. I just got that on Blu-ray yesterday, so I'm
Did you
excited.
get the Criterion?
Nah, I'm not that cool.
Huh? No, I
So-
bought it on Blu-ray when it came out, and then it's just on Criterion. So
Is there a different is there like a documentary on it or something? Or what?
there's like the black and white version, and then there's some, like
Oh.
bonus features and stuff like that. So
Did you watch it in black and white or?
I haven't watched it in black and white yet. I'm interested in seeing it.
So is
Yeah, I'm
Lighthouse
curious,
gonna put
some
out like
movies
a colored
don't really
version
do
or
much.
what?
That's racist. Don't say that. Bring it out in
Colourfied.
Technicolor.
There we go. Oh, okay. So what were you saying, John? I interrupted you.
I don't know. I say a lot of things.
But no, yeah, Austin. Last one was about a year ago now. He was on with Lighthouse. That was your first one, and then Parasite. I thought you were on another time too with me.
It was
but-
you and EJ, right? Once, and then just you.
It was just you and I doing the top 5 because at that
Yeah.
point EJ was doing
Yeah.
like 1,000 of them because you asked
Yeah,
me
yeah.
but him with his job. But and then I did the Parasite one was with EJ, you and
Yep.
I,
Yeah.
and
Where
yeah,
I kept
and-
trying to get you fuckers to spoil with me, but no one would spoil with me. It's like, come on.
I intend to do I intend to do an episode with you guys for the Lighthouse. I have
The
things
Lighthouse
to say.
or Parasite?
Lighthouse. I have things to say about that film, and I want to do a second watch on it too.
Yeah.
Girlfriend
I
didn't
need
like
to
it.
watch it.
Girlfriend didn't like it. I liked it more on an objective level. The subjective, I was like, I think it might be too weird for me, but I want to watch it again.
See,
Just because I like the technique.
I'm a guy that likes really strange things. So, and I had never really seen anything like it before. So, not to go into our Lighthouse episode now, but I still am a huge Lighthouse fan.
No, I can definitely see the appeal. It was definitely worth the watch. I'll always tell people that. I was like, the fucking acting alone is worth just watching it, just to be in fucking awe of Willem Dafoe. And again, gotta keep saying, guys, quit bitching. Robert Pattinson will do fine as Batman as long as the direction and the script is there. The guy can fucking act his ass off.
Fine.
He wasn't even the worst part of
He's
Twilight.
gonna
Like
do
everybody
his best.
spotted Twilight. He wasn't even the worst part.
Yeah.
And the fact that he hated Twilight probably more than anyone who hates Twilight.
Probably gives him a little bit more of a respect to it, right? Like, shit. Self-awareness is key.
That's it. I still laugh. It's like that's all people ever go back to with him is fucking Twilight.
I know,
like
right?
he had a career before Twilight. Like
Not
didn't
that
he
I
do-
know of, but
He was
I
in
mean,
Harry
he did-
Potter before Twilight.
He
I
was
know
in Harry
that.
Potter
oh,
before
it's Cedric
Twilight.
Diggory for what?
Who
A
fucking
movie?
cares? Who
For
fucking
a
cares?
movie.
Who fucking cares? He was there.
He was there, and then he did the Twilight, and then after that he did his like rom-com stuff. You know, he did the not rom-com, but like the Remember Me and
Water for Elephants.
Which I actually don't mind Water for Elephants too much, but
Yeah.
it's not. He got better after that.
I agree.
And he did one where like, I didn't watch it, but he did one. It was like took place in a limousine almost the whole time.
Yeah, Cosmopolis.
Cosmopolis. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a David Cronenberg.
I didn't watch that one yet, but I want to.
I don't even think
I'm very bad at watching the things I want to watch and then just watching like shit that I've never even heard of.
Fair enough.
So, yeah. Anyways,
Guys.
That was
This-
our annual Robert Pattinson boy crush section.
Look,
that
I
should
would-
be a monthly thing. Just so
Look, to be
Yeah.
fair, I would be Team Edward over Team Jacob any day.
Absolutely.
Team Jacob had rapey vibes. I wasn't cool with it. It's a
what
wolf
is he
thing.
doing anyways? He's like, he was doing like Adam Sandler flicks.
Yeah.
And then he,
to
like,
be fair,
disappeared.
he was fucking hilarious in Ridiculous 6. That movie's fucking atrocious, but he was.
What did he
actually
play like
funny
the
in
retarded one? Right?
it. I mean,
Am I allowed to say that?
we're gonna
I
go
don't
straight for
know.
the hard R, but all right, sure. We're not here for the censorship. Censorship? God.
Based in the
Alright,
time that he was playing the character. I'm just using time crucial words.
Fair enough.
There we go. And not when the movie was made, people. I'm talking about like when the West, right? Because it was a Western.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
remember that movie. Wasn't it like they had like all the same dad or some shit?
It was essentially a fucking. I almost saw it. A really stupid parody of Magnificent Seven, essentially.
Yeah.
It was fine. I lie. It was shit, but I didn't mind. I laughed a couple of times. It was fine.
I don't think any of Sandler's Netflix movies have been good.
Mm-mm.
I don't
Ooh.
think.
Well, no, didn't you just
I
like
don't
that
know.
Halloween one that just came out?
Well, the Halloween one was fun, but I mean, there's been some ones that he did for Netflix, not necessarily that he was in, but he produced that were actually pretty.
What was that
decent.
one he was in with Jennifer Aniston where he was like a spy or something? They like went on a vacation and
Oh, that was like that murder mystery one.
I heard
yeah,
that
yeah,
one was
yeah.
pretty good. I heard that was
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I didn't see that one, but I heard that was pretty good. I like kind of whodunit kind of stories.
Yeah,
So.
that's basically kind of what it was. That
Did
came
you-
out
did you-
around
Did
when
you like Knives Out, Austin?
I did like Knives Out.
You fucking bad person, you. My God, dude, I almost hot taked it right into his lap there.
All right, so for thank you for coming, Austin. Thank you.
Gross.
Thank you.
Could you not flirt?
got-
Could you not flirt with our guest right in front of me, Michael?
I mean, thank you for coming later, John.
Okay.
Preemptive
nice save.
strike.
Nice save.
So, shit. Oh, anyways, this is our Thanksgiving episode. Thank you. Thank you for showing up for our Thanksgiving
Well, apparently
episode.
you're going to be the drunk uncle for the Thanksgiving show, so that's fucking fantastic that it's not me this time.
That's why we got the family first hat on, and even though it's for the Foot Clan, it's still...
Look, they got katanas. They can carve the bird, just expertly.
But if they're in the future, they can't have fucking swords, ninja swords, can they, John?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Picard.
Oh, I didn't understand the equivalence.
I know. All right, let's moving on. We're cutting that.
Oh, why? Oh, fucking somebody has a joke bomb, and there he goes, turning into an editor.
All right, so for this Thanksgiving, we decided to get together and watch Addams Family Values. Actually, not really get together and watch it, but watch it separately.
But I thought about you both while I watched it, though.
We can pretend that we were all together as we watched them separately.
You were with me in
Definitely.
spirit, both of you.
I had so much more fun than if I was with you two, though.
All right,
you were watching it with your kids, so
little fucked up, but that's fine. I watched it with Hannah, so it was fine.
So, and I picked this movie because when you think about Thanksgiving, usually Addams Family Values pops into people's heads. At least fucked up people.
We always struggle to figure out what is a Thanksgiving movie that is.
And then
you did think of one though.
This morning, I thought I woke up and I was like, motherfucker! Like I had the perfect Thanksgiving movie in my library and everything, and I passed up on it. And people, I'm sorry.
You should feel bad because when you texted it to me this morning, I could almost feel your giddiness through a text message, and yeah, it was a big miss.
We could talk about it a little bit if you guys remember a lot from it or have seen
I won't talk about the movie, but just at least tell the title of what you.
What movie? I don't even know this.
It was Son-in-Law, Pauly Shore's Son-in-Law. That's literally based around Thanksgiving.
I don't know if I've ever seen it.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. Old Pauly Shore stuff was kind of fun.
And
he was kind of like Adam Sandler before Adam Sandler. Honestly, because I mean, dude, think about all the different movies he did, like Encino Man, fucking In the Army Now, which is one of my favorites. He popped in everywhere. He even had a cameo in something. So.
He did this it was on VHS. I have the VHS in the office actually. It's Pauly Shore's Dead or something like that. It's where Pauly Shore faked his death.
Oh God!
And the whole movie's based around because his career's sucking, so he fucking fakes his death, and then he gets all these. He had all the famous people in the fucking comedy world show up in this damn movie. It's just to do Ben Stiller's in it, fucking anybody you could think of from the 90s. In early 2000s was in this film, and it was so bad, but it was so much fun. Vern Troyer was even in it multiple times, but they even did a mockumentary type thing in it where they were talking about Pauly Shore was such a great guy, when they think he's dead.
Yeah,
but then it comes out, spoilers, it comes out that he's not dead. Somebody found him on the streets because he was walking around with a costume on. And he finds out he's not dead. So, of course, he gets arrested because you get arrested for faking your death.
Well, you think?
But then they go back to the same people, and they're like, oh, yeah, fucking, I hate that piece of shit. After they were, praising him for a second. The other thing, I was like, that's awesome. Especially Ben Stiller. And then I think there was an outtake of Ben Stiller. He's like, are we done yet? Can I go? Is this piece of shit movie done? Can we leave now?
Just like a Mary-Kate and Ashley movie. They always breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Oh, apparently you guys didn't grow up with Mary-Kate and Ashley movies.
No, I definitely watched Mary-Kate and Ashley movies when I was a kid. So
I had a sister, so I had to at some point.
I'd rather have their sister, so...
Whoa. Elizabeth Olsen? Fucking Scarlet Witch? Mm-hmm. To be fair, she's the one that had the glow up.
Yeah. I swear to God, if they do not do a Full House reference on her show when she's dealing with TV things, I'm going to piss myself.
And if they do it, I'm going to be mad at you for fucking suggesting
for wheeling that into the world.
They need to do that.
No, they don't. It's people like you that ruin stuff, Michael.
I don't know. I've had it with Full House.
Oh, you mean Fuller House?
Yeah. There's too much. It should never have existed.
Okay.
I'm kind of there.
So the bottom of these seltzers is nasty as fuck. Don't drink the last sip. Now I'm going to try the cherry one. And just for our listeners, because I told the boys before, it was blackberry lime that I was just drinking. It's a Corona seltzer, hard seltzer. There we go.
Well, if it's a Corona, you need to stay 6 feet away from it.
Right.
And then
hard
it's
Corona.
Hard Corona.
Hard Corona.
All right, so who wants to get us started?
I don't know.
Since Austin, you don't remember watching Son-in-Law, I definitely recommend it as a good Thanksgiving movie. If you like Pauly Shore, I know a lot of people can't stand Pauly Shore, so
he's a bit of an acquired taste.
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah,
I don't mind Pauly Shore, but
the Weasel. Hey, buddy.
I'm trying to remember all the main actors in there. Like you had that one kid in there from The Big Green.
The goalie.
The goalie. Yeah.
Yeah, I can never remember the guy's name.
I don't remember. Wasn't he in Mighty Ducks too, or no?
No.
No? Okay. Everybody was in Mighty Ducks. How do you know?
I do know because it's one of my favorite films. Or actually, the first two. I didn't like the third one. I thought the third one was a big misstep.
Patrick Renna is his name. Which cool. he looks like a freak now.
I like how Michael's like, so who wants to get started? Immediately derails.
Immediately into a Mighty Ducks or whatever.
But they do have a cameo in Son-in-Law from Brandon Fraser as the character from Encino Man, which is kind of cool.
Who the hell is Brandon Fraser?
Brendan Fraser?
Brendan Fraser? Didn't I say Brendan?
Brendan Fraser.
Fraser.
First it's Brendan, and second it's Fraser. Yeah. I believe I heard a Brandon from you, which is unacceptable. But we'll find out in the play.
Whatever.
I could just have bad ears.
Okay, but yeah, he reprises his role from Encino Man, which is kind of cool in there, for like a quick second. Yeah,
a hot minute, if you will.
But they didn't have the Hobbit in there, so John ain't watching it.
No, it means you're not watching it.
Hobbit who? Anyways,
people who don't get it is Sean Astin.
Let's go. So we're gonna talk about the Addams Family Values, and for our video people, you can see it in my background.
Spoilers.
Did I say we already watched this movie? Did I already say that? I probably already did. I don't even remember what I said anymore.
Michael.
I'm
Michael.
Bad. I have not been having a good day today.
Austin, you and I are about to be in the same boat together here because this is new for me too.
All right,
they're actually really good. The cherry hard seltzers are really fucking good, dude.
On a bike. So Austin, did you watch this last night, or when did you watch it?
I watched it the day after Halloween.
All right.
I watched Addams Family the night before, and I watched this on Halloween. Sorry.
Okay.
So and this is before Myke had said that he was going to do a cast on it, and I kind of just went. And I was just kind of scrubbing through it, kind of just recall stuff, and I was jotting down notes, and I did that today.
Well, what you got with because I remember loving it fondly when I was a kiddo. Mm-hmm. I've always liked Christina Ricci. I was a huge Casper fan, and then I followed her career.
I still love her
too. Oh, she's still awesome. Black Snake.
Marry me.
Stuff. Yeah, right.
First, pay for my divorce and then marry me.
I will say, I remember it a lot more fondly. I watched it last night, and I think it does suffer with sequel-itis type stuff.
I disagree. I don't think it did. I thought it improved on pretty much anything from the first one. Because I hadn't watched them in a really long time.
Oh yeah,
I went to watch these, because most people watch these every at least at Thanksgiving or Halloween.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen them in a long time. Like I never owned them or anything when I was a kid. So I would maybe catch them if they were showing on like ABC Family or whatever. And I watched them, and I liked the first one, but I laughed a lot more in this one, and it's a lot. I like the dark humor in this one a lot.
And
more.
see, and that was something. So when you say you think it kind of stepped up from, like, do you have any specific examples or maybe elaborate
first
like what
of all,
you think?
I think Christina Ricci, I think her in general, as she got a little older, and I think she was able to really just like chew
as
into
you do.
as really got to chew the role of Wednesday Addams a lot, and I think her just being such a phenomenal actress anyway. But I think that she was a little too young in the first one to really like she was good, but she killed it in this one. In Values, I think she was just super good.
Well, in the first one, they didn't look at the kids a whole lot either, too. They didn't.
Well, they were relatively young.
Movie, I think.
Well, really, the only time they really explore the kids is either like how they interact with the family in general, and then the hotel area when they were fucking with the Girl Scout troops or whatever. That was pretty much it. Other than that, it was. But I always liked how they did that because like it's always kind of it's hard to find really good child actors, and usually if they're really, really phenomenal, they tend to blow you away and really stick with you, which I think they did in the first one. I think they did fine. Like, especially really, I think when it comes to child actors, if they're not the center focus, really the whole point is to cast somebody good enough to not fuck it up, or like make it egregious.
I do want to go back and watch this again and just count how many actual words Pugsley says, because I don't think he says much in this movie at all. Like,
well, I think the actor has like since like even like stopped acting, so I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
I think he knew he was getting outshined a little bit.
Well, I just argue there was nothing for him to really do.
No, Pugsley is a pretty, I don't know. This is pretty much Wednesday Addams movie in general. I think her storyline is the best part of the movie.
Well, I'd argue it's Fester's movie, but
I think it's supposed to be. But I argue the first one is more Fester's movie because it's about him like remembering himself.
They both are. They suffer from the X-Men shit. Like they can't focus
on
other people
really
besides one.
They really like Fester, yeah.
And I think that Fester's storyline in this time kind of annoyed me a little bit. That was like my least favorite part. Every time it was focusing on like his relationship for the most part, I was just kind of like, let's get back to the camp, because that's where I was really.
See, I always like Gomez and Morticia. I always kind of hate the fact. I always kind of hate the fact that they're always being more reactionary to everything, like everybody else is doing stuff, and they're just kind of they're. I mean, it speaks to their character because like the way that their relationship is, we already understand that they're perfect for each other, and like they are very content with who they are and with each other and how the family dynamic works. And it's when the family dynamic kind of gets blown into upheaval, they're the ones always trying to either bring it back together, or Morticia's always just trying to be like, Gomez, don't freak out, like it'll work itself out kind of stuff. And I wish they do a little bit more, which is another reason why I like the first one a little bit more, I think. And I don't know if it's even fair to compare them, because again, I found myself, and I'll just like hit some of my highlight things and see what you guys think. I really do find with this one, it's a complete tonal shift, which I'm not going to say is necessarily a good or bad thing. It is a huge tone shift from the first one. The lighting and tone, I said this one feels a lot more cartoony, and I would have to say I kept comparing it to Ninja Turtles 3, the one when they go to Japan.
Yeah.
Versus the first one. Like the first one's like really serious. It's kind of got higher contrast, kind of like a lot more like character stuff in the house. It's a lot darker. It feels like more like I would compare the first one to like a Beetlejuice or a Tim Burton type film, and this one I would compare it more to like, again, like I said, like a Turtles 3, but not necessarily in a bad way, because I like Turtles 3. Yeah. So I don't know, but it felt really like over the top. It kind of felt like a meme version of its own franchise, which it's kind of fun, and it makes it kind of a perfect example is the eye light that they use for Morticia all the time.
Oh, they went hard on it in this one.
Well, and they even make it a joke. Yeah. They even like turn it into a fourth wall breaking joke. Like it's literally like you see the light on her and then she walks into it versus it just like always being there.
Yeah.
Or even like you're in a bright room and somehow she still has that eye light or something like that. You know what I mean?
Which I think
they
some
really
of the times,
hit it hard.
Some of the times it looked like they just did her makeup like that when they were doing like shots with her and Gomez
almost dancing. Yeah, I could probably.
It looked like they just like held 2 pieces of paper, did her eye makeup so it's brighter on the face right there, just to do that shit.
It was one of those things where it was like in the first one, it felt really cool because it felt like old noir. Like she's like that hot, mysterious woman that walks into like the PI's office and stuff like that, and that's kind of her persona. But this like turned into a meme, like it was a running joke essentially in the movie. So I'd have to go back and watch the first one to make sure they didn't do something like that in the first one. But I don't remember it being that abrasive.
The highlight, but they did it. It was more subtle.
Well, it was more like a choice rather than like a gag.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
This one, but I kind of like the humor in this one a little more because I do like the darkness.
Oh, I enjoy the humor. I
think the tone works for the Addams Family in general because the Addams Family is kind of funny and like light and kind of cartoony. Because I mean, it started off as a comic strip, so making it cartoony is fine with me. I think the first one went on the more kind of serious comedy, but like I think they went for the full comedy. So, but I don't necessarily agree that it's lit more lightly. I think there's just more stuff that takes place like outside of.
Well, even the house. The house is not very contrasty. It's a lot brighter. It feels a little bit more. Well, it's definitely a little more lighthearted. You can tell. I guess because like the dark humor is there, and I get that. The problem I had with it, and this is something more for the adult brain versus like when I watched it as a kid, because those jokes kind of hit still and they were funny. Like their antics really worked inside the house when they were only kind of fucking with each other because it's how they work, and we're not even necessarily sure what the parameters are if they can actually kill each other or anything like that.
When they start kind of die, do they fucking die? Like.
But that's the thing. And like in the first one, it's really ambiguous.
I also really want to know: did Gomez kill everybody on the cruise ship that they sunk? Because I'm like, and then like lady killer acquitted. So
I actually made note of that joke because I thought that was hilarious.
Well, and I like the wordplay and stuff. My issue turned into more like when they're doing it in the first movie, it's all within like their realm. They're all used to it. Even if something bad happens, we don't actually know if there's really any repercussions based on how, because they seem to be pseudo supernatural, and it's also kind of like a jokey, goofy thing. But now we're kind of unleashing them onto the world, and I don't know how I feel about it as an adult. Like seeing how I'm like, how does it really work? Because one of the jokes that didn't quite land for me, even though it could have been like it was kind of funny, but it didn't really land for me, was the birthday cake for Fester or his bachelorette party or whatever, and somebody was supposed to pop out of the cake,
and they baked her into the cake, and
so I'm like, they literally murdered somebody.
Then he just said, "C'est la vie."
I know, and it's one of those things where I'm like,
on the car from the marriage, there's literally a corpse they're dragging too.
Well, yeah, but they could have dug it out of because they live next to a cemetery. They could have pulled that out.
That looked like a pretty fresh corpse, bro.
Just throwing it out there.
The movie started where they were Grandma Pugsley and Wednesday were burying a cat. You assume it's dead, and then the box meows, and they shake the box and continue to bury it.
All right, here's one though for you, because this I'm confused by. All right, so from watching this movie last night, I apparently have not been watching this movie the right way my entire life. Because I caught so much shit. Like, I was like, well, one, I thought that Fester, like the dinner he has at later on, we'll get there. I thought that was Thanksgiving dinner. That's why I thought it was like a Thanksgiving movie too. And again, that's something else I'll talk about eventually. But there was there was a joke. Well, not even necessarily a joke. It was kind of like a throwaway. And it was when Fester was saying that he wants another person to be close to and love and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And Gomez is like, "You have Thing." I'm like, is Thing like jerking him off every night?
Yeah,
we
brought that one up too. There's a lot of weird jokes with Thing. One, I gotta know, how the hell does he drive the car when he has like no weight?
There is sometimes where it shows him like he's hitting the gas or the brakes, and then like the rest of the time he's just steering. So like, what's going on with the gas?
I was like, I guess I got to be working with that. That's fine. But then there's a lot of weird stuff with Thing, like Joan Cusack's character, Fester's wife or whatever, love interest, when she sucks the finger. I go, why? Yeah. That came out of fucking nowhere. That made no sense to me. And then like when it sets up like she's gonna be with Fester later, I was like,
Well, there's a few like weird kind of like, I don't know, weird sexually implicit like jokes in there. Like even like Wednesday's like little boyfriend at the end there is dressed like Gomez.
Yeah.
And there's a weird Freudian world that goes into that. I don't know.
I
really tried not to, because obviously
doesn't she say like you're grotesque or some shit or just
something
like that. It was one of those things. It's like, oh man, I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to like mirror the image of Gomez and Morticia, and they're gonna grow up and be the new version or whatever at some point. Like they're but I'm like, I really don't want to read too much into this because it's a little awkward.
It's super awkward, and I'd never really thought about it until this time, and I'm just like, wait, this is because they're starting to use those like French love sayings or whatever they're saying to each other to each other as children, and then he ends up dressing like her father. I'm like, ooh, that's going down some weird.
Yeah. But it blew my mind because this is the other thing I really enjoy about watching old movies is like the actors that pop in that I don't remember because I didn't have anything to associate them or compare them to before.
Can I say it?
So I'm like, well, you can have that one. I'm like, since we were already talking about the love interest boy, I'm like, Jew Kid, it's the guy from fucking Serenity. I'm like, it's the guy. He stabbed me with a sword, Mal. I love that.
Wasn't he the guy?
But he's from Buffy.
Yeah. Wasn't he in that show Numbers, where he played like that?
Yes.
Yes. Wait, he wasn't in Buffy.
Wasn't he one of the three dudes?
No.
I thought he was one of the three nerdy dudes.
What nerdy dudes?
The ones who built the robot? Or am I crazy?
I never saw him in Buffy. Never saw him in Buffy.
I just know him.
He was in the Harold and Kumar movies.
Okay, I knew him from that. I just know him from Serenity. That's what I remember him from.
Okay.
100%.
But another one was fucking Tony Shalhoub. I was like,
why the fuck is Monk here? And he's just there. Like, and I was like, oh, I didn't remember him being a character. It's because he's not a fucking character. He's just a cameo.
I feel like it's that era where Tony Shalhoub was just coming into presence, because this is around the same time that he did like Men in Black, that first one where he played that one alien, the gun dealer.
He was the pawn shop owner whose head grew back.
And so and that was pre-Monk, it had to be. And so I think this is just like he was just kind of doing his bit roles, and then
you want good Tony Shalhoub and like a really impressive cast like Clint Eastwood, I think it's Donald Sutherland and a few others. Look up Kelly's Heroes. It's a fucking awesome war movie. It's fucking amazing.
I've heard of Kelly's Heroes.
It's really good shit. It's like really, really good. We're talking like Clint Eastwood and Donald Sutherland when they're like fucking 20. It's awesome. It's really good. It's about, they're in World War II, and these American soldiers find out that there's a stockpile of gold and stuff behind enemy lines. So they decide to go and try and get it.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope. Good movie.
Yeah.
But the fucking hot chick from the hot older lady, or Leonard's mom, I guess as you call her, from Big Bang Theory, the Grinch, the live action Jim Carrey Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Yeah.
She's one of the camp counselors. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I know the dude counselor. I just can't remember what I know him from.
Wasn't he in the Dark
Ghostbusters?
Knight? No, he's in Ghostbusters
2.
Yeah, Ghostbusters 2. Wasn't he also the guy that found out Bruce Wayne's identity in Dark Knight and was trying to blackmail him?
No. That guy was a lot younger. That guy was a lot younger. Yeah.
I don't know. When I was watching it, I was like, I think it might be him, but I never looked at it.
Sniveling nerd vibes.
Yeah, exactly.
The guy from Dark Knight was like probably in his 30s. That guy, when he did Addams Family Values, was in his 30s already, at least. But no, like he was whatever I forget the guy's name from Ghostbusters 2, that became the painter's slave at first. Yeah, Igor. It was no, they didn't call him Igor. I'm thinking of way too many different movies here.
All right.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think of the other stuff from the camp. Dude, I want to take the soundbite that they say when they first go to the cabin, and they're gonna make them watch all the Disney movies, and he's just like, but it's Disney. I just want that soundbite. I want that soundbite. For every time we talk about a stupid Disney thing, I'm just gonna be like, but it's Disney.
Then they made a Michael Jackson joke.
Yeah,
I was like, are they insinuating that maybe he got touched when he was a kid?
I think that's the joke.
I think that's what the movie was
what the joke is supposed to be?
It honestly felt framed like that.
It's around the same time that those allegations started being talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So because I think originally he was supposed to do music for the movie.
Oh.
And then those allegations came out, and then they dropped it, and then he ended up using that music for something else. I don't remember what, but but then they made that joke in there, so I think it was very purposefully like that was the joke.
It's kind of what it felt like.
Yeah.
I do got to say one of the jokes I actually really like. I don't even know why it was a basic ass joke. When Wednesday catches the bouquet and an old woman calls her a fucking tramp. I was like, what the fuck? I don't know why, but it made me laugh. I just found that really funny. And then
the person you're thinking of, John, there is someone in there from Buffy. It was the girl who played Amanda.
Yeah, Mercedes McNabb. That was it.
Because she plays Harmony.
Yeah.
She's also in the first Addams Family movie as the Girl Scout too.
Yes. Yeah.
But different. I think it's supposed to be a different character.
Is it a completely different character? I thought it was the same. I thought she was playing the same person.
That would be weird.
It's a very similar character. I'm guessing.
Right.
I don't know if it's supposed to be the same or not, but
I don't think so, because
think of them as the same.
At the end of the movie, her and her parents are flying away past that city, so I'm assuming they don't live in that city, so it has to be a different one. I think she was like related to somebody. Out. Maybe they're moving.
I thought I kind of saw it as like the camp was so traumatic that they had to get out of there.
Yeah.
So they were moving, and then that's when the baby comes up and like looks into their window. And they're just like, "Fuck."
Can I say that the after Fester's moved into the new mansion with his bride and all that, and she gives him the makeover, and he's in like the new suit, and he's like sitting at the dinner table all sad by himself and all dejected. I go, he looks like the fucking Kingpin.
Yeah.
I was like, why does Uncle Fester look like he could be a badass Kingpin in a Daredevil movie right now? But can I say, that is something I noticed that they really do hang their hat on Fester. Like, he seems to be the crux of the first and at least these two movies. I don't dislike it, because I get it. Christopher Lloyd is inspired casting for this character, and he does a really, really good job. But, man, it's just like, he feels like everything about his storyline feels so fucking forced compared to, like, what the other characters could be doing.
Well, they also make him seem like he should be the smartest of all the characters too, because it's like he's traveled the world, he knows all this stuff. It's like, come on.
There was a little bit of some like retconning, I think, in his character for this movie, something I didn't really like. Maybe it's part of the reason why that his storyline kind of irritates me now.
Mm-hmm.
Was all through the first one, he was, being described as he was kind of a Don Juan, he was like the ladies' man, like the Siamese twins were all over him. And in this one, like he's like cowering behind the stairs at the sight of a woman, and like
he's a virgin and everything.
He's a virgin, and I'm just like, I don't know, it feels a little.
And that was why him and Well, it was why him and Gomez liked each other. They could hold their own with each other. They were like
wasn't
super
it why
friends.
him and Gomez like fought though when they were kids? Because he was sleeping with Gomez's
over
people.
The women, yeah.
I loved it.
Why he was so jealous of him, because like they liked him, they liked Fester more, and so it caused that kind of rift in their relationship.
Yeah, they really nerf his guy. They make him dumb. Like they make him dumb and silly.
Now I just hate that.
I totally agree. I just found his
Uncle
character
Fester
to be really
in this
dumb.
movie is basically Captain Marvel in the MCU. Thanks. That's what I'm gonna think now. Just fucking retcon the shit out of it and ruin it for everybody. Thank you, Austin.
Yeah,
everybody can find Austin on Twitter.
Because like I said, like I said, like. I mean, we do like the Wednesday Pugsley stuff. It's fine. But I even think some of their stuff is really kind of bare bones. Really, other than the play, you're kind of just like... It's
they
Wednesday
had to
Pugsley.
nerf her because they already made her too much of a beast in not the franchise. In this movie, at the very beginning, they had to nerf her to send her off to the camp, so she really didn't have anything to do. Because she was the first one to suspect... Debbie of anything, and she was the first one to figure out who the fuck she was by the stupid playing cards. Like, come on,
I'll be right back. Apparently, the world is ending outside my window.
Okay, but yeah, like it was just so like right there. She was developing the entire story for everybody else. Besides the fact that the very beginning of the movie, when they did the exposition dump with the like unsolved murder or mysteries or some shit thing.
Well, I actually really like that part.
I like that too.
It was so funny. She was like watching it herself, and like every time that they like brought up one of her other like personas, she kind of had this kind of like smirk, and I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Because I think they were kind of making fun of like expository dumps too.
If you're gonna do an exposition dump, just freaking give it to me in a decent, funny way. Like, and John will hate this, but Spider-Man, Far From Home, when he did the exposition dump about like what they did, I thought that was hilarious and stupid, and it saved some time because there was a lot of when the
I don't know what
Mysterio.
What are you talking about?
When Mysterio just starts spewing out their whole fucking plan as to how they did what they did to get the glasses at the bar. Does no one remember Spider-Man?
Well, no, you just said an exposition dump. They do that like 2 or 3 times in that movie, and the one in the bar's
that's true.
And the bar's
that's
most
the biggest
one. The
Yeah.
bar's the most egregious one. The one that's really dumb and goes by too fast is the blip shit that they just let it go.
Yeah. Which they changed the name. That's stupid.
Oh, that movie's just trash. Don't even get me started on that. It's a terrible film.
But no, I actually like the way. Plus, I like the guy who's the voice for. I forget that actor's name. That did the news thing, the unsolved crimes thing. Was that the real
William
guy?
Shatner.
That wasn't the real.
I don't remember.
Because they use that. They use that same actor in Men in Black 2 for the videos that they find about the Men in Black and shit like that.
Unsolved Mysteries?
Well, I think isn't the director of this the same director of Men in Black?
Maybe.
Was it Paul Sodenheim?
Yeah, Sodenheim or whatever. Because I'm pretty sure that's why there's so many like similar like.
I think you're right, actually.
Yeah.
Which let me tell you, Men in Black, fucking fantastic movie. I forget.
Yeah, the first one is so good. They never really.
Second one is absolute garbage. I heard the third one's all right, but
the third one's not bad.
Yeah,
I actually like the third one, but it's like another time travel-y story that gets kind of like convoluted and stuff, and
Okay.
Yeah,
Moving
Barry
forward.
Sonnenfeld. That's it.
He directed
Barry
both of them then?
I think he directed at least the first two.
Definitely did Men in Black.
Okay.
I know that.
Okay.
And he did like Wild Wild West and stuff like that.
That was a guilty pleasure one as I was a kid, but fucking hell, that movie. Woof.
What did you guys think about all like the for this movie was 1996, right? 93 for this one?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is 93.
Yep.
Okay.
November 19th even, if you will. So 2 days from now, it will be, what, 17 years old?
Yeah. Well, not 2 days from our audience because it's coming out on Thanksgiving.
Well, shut up. 2 days from recording. How about that? How about that?
Ruin the mystery.
I've pulled the curtain.
Work.
I've pulled the curtain.
Okay, so 1993. So I love how, and I didn't ever caught this before, and maybe the only reason it really stuck out so much to me now is because of all the shit going on in movies nowadays.
No shit.
What?
Pugsley is the older brother of Ariel Winter, the chick from fucking Modern Family. Huh. No shit. I wanted to see what he. I wanted to see what. I wanted to see what he was doing these days. Apparently not much.
How you make it in Hollywood.
That's fucking crazy.
But no, like, I wouldn't have recognized it, I guess, right away, without all the stuff that they've been putting in movies lately. But like, there was a lot of like, okay, so we go to the camp, right? And you have like the cast for the Pilgrims is just like all the white, good-looking kids,
all the blonde girls,
and like the blonde girls and stuff like that. And then they cast all the I'm gonna say Indians because that's what they call them.
all the outcast nerds.
All the outcast
and
nerds as the Indians and stuff. And I'm just like, this is really fucked up. And then like they go on through with the play and stuff, and like, well, Wednesday's whole speech, of course, but like even the adults.
Well, Wednesday's if I remember correctly, Wednesday's the only one with black hair.
Yeah.
There's a huge shot where. No, they're either ginger, brown-haired, or blonde, and she's the only one with black hair. Yeah, because it was something we brought up when we were.
That was their excuse to the caster as Pocahontas in the play.
Oh yeah,
in the movie, yeah.
There you go.
There's part of me that like wishes kind of there was another like internet crusade, like like how Robert Downey Jr. came under fire like recently for like blackface for like
Tropic Thunder. Yeah.
But people obviously hadn't watched the movie, know the context that they're making fun of it, and like I just want somebody to watch Christina Ricci and like the
if
Indian
you keep saying Ricci, I'm gonna have to strangle you through the fucking internet. It's Ricci.
Ricci.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm like I let you go on the first one. I can't. If I was like I was like, oh, maybe he misspoke.
Whatever. But like just having her in the Indian headdress and be like, oh, this how'd they get away with this? And well, they're making fun of racists. So.
Yeah, I love Pugsley in the fucking
in the turkey outfit.
I love it. And his fucking haircut, it kills me every time. Yeah. Pugsley's fucking haircut, shaved head with like just the spiked front, literally just the line. Fucking kills me. Can we talk about the elephant baby in the room? Fucking Pubert. A fucking baby with a mustache, guys. What are we doing? Like, it's still kind of funny, but fucking hell, it's so dumb.
I wonder what made them decide. What made them decide after all those years to finally bring another child into the Addams family. Like,
did they do it on purpose? I can't remember. Did they do it on purpose?
It's not original, so did they do it on purpose?
From what I've understood,
like, did they have in the story? I can't remember. Were they trying to have another child, or did they just happen to have another child?
They just started the movie with it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
In the end of the first one, it ended with like the twist that she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's how that was like the last thing you learn. And then so this one starts with her going into labor.
Okay.
She could have done a Mae Young and just had another thing.
Oh God.
Only wrestling fans would get that from the 90s.
Yeah. To be fair, can I say that could have been really interesting? A thing storyline. I'm not gonna lie, that could have been kind of interesting.
But then we'd have to watch him jerk Fester off all the time. Like,
look, don't fucking spoil my OnlyFans ideas, okay?
Also,
like, chill out.
Also, I want to point out that because I just watched both of these, at the end of the first one, she revealed to Gomez that she was having a baby by holding up a like a onesie that she had knit.
Yeah, 4 legs.
3 legs.
3
legs, and then at some point in this movie, I think Grandma was knitting another one with 3 legs, and Pubert has 2 fucking legs.
Maybe it's for his dick. Dude.
Thank you. Thank you. I didn't want to be the one to say it, and I appreciate you, Michael, going to bat for that one. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, there's got to be a reason why everybody likes Gomez.
Yeah.
Even though he's suave as shit.
I don't know. It did look like another foot though, and I thought it was weird. That was like, why didn't you just make it with some sort of like creature or something? I think that'd be fun. Would have been funny, but whatever. That's just
They didn't want to be creative.
Well, I don't know. It'd just be worrying because then it's like, well, if she gave birth to like a creature, then it's like, well, then how do we explain Wednesday and Pugsley? Like, why did they come out normal?
I do like that that he is like the only one that has that kind of Gomez.
It's so weird. It's just such a strange like, I don't hate it, like, because it's kind of funny and I understand it's the joke nature of it. It is a really strange choice. It makes you wonder, like, man, when did they decide to pull the trigger on that one? Because it was really interesting.
I guess that I read somewhere, because I was kind of reading about this movie. I guess somewhere, like, Pugsley was originally supposed to be named Pubert in the original, but like the people who were in charge at first were like, no, that's too filthy, and so that's why they made the joke of like when they told Joan Cusack's character the name, and she said, "Ooh, I love it. It's filthy." They were making a joke about like why they couldn't name Pugsley Pubert.
Speaking of names, I caught a glimpse. I didn't get a chance to look all the names up, so I might be not correct. But for a couple of the names, I did look up when they were calling roll call, or mail call, I should say, mail call, in the camper's bunker. They say Addams, Buckman, Ghibli, a couple others, and there's a bunch of them. I'm still looking them up. From what I've looked up already, of course, Addams is the guy who created the Addams Family. But I think all their last names are from famous animation people or drawers and shit like that.
That makes sense.
That would be kind of dope to if that's legit. If someone else wants to do the research for me,
I refuse to believe that that's not true when you have Ghibli.
Right.
Like I'm sorry,
that's
like
what set
Studio
me off.
Ghibli
I was
comes
like,
out
okay,
of nowhere.
wait.
Come on.
Yeah.
It'd be hard not to assume that with that name, because all the other ones seem relatively generic.
Anyway, these movies are so referential.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, this feels like a classic like sequel. Like they amped up everything else, made it a little bit colorful and cartoony, and really like accentuated all the things that people liked about the original stuff, and just kind of dialed everything to 11. Except Fester. I really do feel like they made it more like they made him a bigger deal, but like they dialed him back. Like, because in the first one, think about all he was always doing stuff with the kids. Like they were always doing pranks and like fucking with them and him.
Do you remember the first scene you see Fester in the first one? He like chokes the fucking dude out. He's like he's like freaking bodyguard almost. Like, what the...
And in this one, he's just kind of like a puppy. Like, it's just kind of like he's just like really regressed, and people would be like, well, it's part of his character. He's lovesick and blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, but if he's a ladies' man, like he would not regress like that. And even if they're like, well, this is his love of his life, I'm like, is she though? Like, I don't even feel like that's really a thing.
It didn't the twin sisters too that were connected like hit on him in the first one too. It's like, bro,
that's what I'm saying.
Go get your thing on, man.
I'm sorry, like no, it was something that me and Hannah like were really thinking about too, and it's like Austin brought it to light, so I'm glad I'm not fucking crazy because I 100% agree with you, Austin. 100. His storyline's fucking boring. Like I really don't care, and it's like I really just want it to end because I'm just like, okay, I get it. She's a bad, and they reveal that she's a bad person so quickly. That I'm just like, I just have no fucking stock in this story.
Well, I mean, they say it right away. She says, "I'm not a homicidal maniac." When you say you're not something, you definitely are.
But even then, I don't
necessarily mind when they did it. Like, it's a matter of like, I just think that another storyline about a bad person trying to steal the Addams family fortune was just kind of like, you could have come up with something else.
Yeah,
I'd agree.
Especially that involving Fester. So it's like essentially like the same plot as the first one.
It's like you got
stuff, but like
you had this dope family, this like thing, this world that you could work within, and all you're worried about is the money.
Yeah,
and it seemed like I would have let it go if it wasn't the issue for the first movie, because this movie seemed like it was attacking blonde-haired pretty girls after just money. That's what this movie was essentially doing. It was attacking the rich and the wealthy.
It's a gold digger story, which
the whole movie is attacking wealthy, rich white people, dude. Like, watch it, like especially the camp stuff, like just the way the parents react to stuff, like talking about the Indians and like, oh, who would want to be those guys and what? And I'm sorry if I'm pissing people off by saying the word Indian.
And like what's her name, Amanda, whatever, the blonde haired girl. She at one point when Wednesday was talking about Fester marrying the maid, she goes, "Ew, the help! That's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard," or something like that. And so it's like, I think you're right, Mike. I think it is a direct attack on the money. Like, I did like when they lost the house for that brief moment. Or was that in the first one?
That was the first one.
I think that was the first one.
Was that the first one?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm conflating the two now.
The second one's where they blow up the mansion.
Yeah.
She tried to kill him, and he didn't.
Which is funny, too, because she's so worried about all this nice, expensive stuff that she's putting in the house, and then she goes and blows it all up anyways.
Well, it's because she doesn't want to be stuck with him anymore, and she could still get, like, quote-unquote life insurance or insurance for the house and blah, blah, blah.
And the property and stuff like that, yeah.
Sure. But at the end of the day, I was like, I don't know. There's a myriad of things you could have done. Like I would have liked to, because of the fact that they portray Morticia and Gomez to be so spiritually bound and like really, really perfect for each other. It's almost annoying. I would have thought maybe like, why don't we have a movie where we test that? I thought that could have been really like, maybe see a darker side of Morticia. You know what I mean? Because really with Morticia, you're always just kind of seeing her be the loving, compassionate, really down to earth, while Gomez is always the one who's like getting into fights and being grandiose and verbose and all that. It would have been kind of neat to see Morticia kind of take that.
That could be the plot to the unmade threequel to this. You know,
there you go.
Addams Family divorce.
There you go. And not even like a divorce. Like, imagine if the Joan Cusack character, like Gomez, potentially starts to fall in love with the babysitter kind of thing. Or like she starts making like kind of like a Fatal Attraction thing where like the babysitter's trying to do that, or like creates a love triangle between Gomez, him and her, and then Morticia gets involved and things like that. You know, like you could have really tested the family dynamic, which is like always the best part. Like that's why I like the first one, is because there is this like weird family dynamic where it's like things are being tested, and like when they had to move out of their house, it really fucks up their day to day, and because of that, it really they have different conversations that
in
really
the first
build
one,
their
don't
character.
they kill people off too, just randomly? Didn't like Fester
I don't know if they
kill the girl
not
who was
any.
pretending to be his mom?
Well,
that wasn't random though.
That wasn't random. Yeah, that's not a person in a cake.
But I'm saying
that they
didn't like go and freaking.
you know, I'm telling you guys, like I'm serious. Like it sounds really shitty, but I don't like the idea that they are murderers. Like they are like unabashed. They killed random people that don't understand their lifestyle, and they just died. I'm like, and we're just gonna kind of brush that off, okay?
Yeah,
it's like because like you said with the corpse and stuff.
Wednesday even says at one point we're like or when they go to the camp and it's like, oh, she's going through that phase where all little girls go through, and they're like, boys, homicide.
Yeah,
so there's even jokes
and and stuff like that I like, because it's like, oh, because they like don't know how to speak to people, fish out of water type weird cultural dynamic shit.
But
I like that.
I get what
like,
you're saying though, John, because it's like they're taking a family. It's a family, and just because they dress in dark clothes and they talk weirdly or differently and they like dark arts and stuff, they automatically are killing people, is what the movie is giving off, basically.
Well, in the first one, it doesn't make me feel like they're murdered. They're like sociopathic murderers. They don't feel like they like just kind of weird people who have weird cultural dynamics that they all keep within their house. Yeah. Like,
but not only that, they're killing people. Like they killed the chick in the cake, and then they go to the police officers later on in the movie.
Joke. And it's a joke. They make a joke, and then hard cut to the next scene. It's like, oh, okay, we're just all right, cool.
I guess
we're
because
just brushing past it.
I guess we're supposed to assume that it was Lurch that killed the girl, so it's not technically
that doesn't
bad
make it better.
thing. Is Lurch even human? Is Lurch human? I'm confused by that one. I don't know.
I'm assuming he's like a zombie butler or something. I don't know.
Like a Frankenstein's monster kind of.
Yeah.
But I mean, these people can love and empathize and understand life and death. It's like, I don't think they would go. They don't strike me as people who go around just murdering people. That's not the vibe I get from them. I get that they are eccentric. Like even if like say they took the Mercedes blonde girl character and put her on like a thing and they spun her around to throw knives. It's not like they don't intend to actually kill her. They're just fucking with her. Like, I always found the idea that like, they're just hyper skilled and they know they're not going to kill them, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It just sounds really weird, because it's like this is the kind of weird shit that they do every day. Kind of like when you go to a Cirque du Soleil thing and they're you got the girl who puts the balloon at the end of her mouth and he shoots the arrow. It's like they do this every day. It's what they do.
Right.
And so when they're fucking with other people, it's just to fuck with them. I never feel like there's an intent to kill or do anything like really egregious or maim them or do anything awful, unless they're really fucking with their own family, which when it comes to their own family, it always seems to be like, well, even if I accidentally did hit them, it's not like there's a real problem. Fester's a perfect example. He gets shocked to hell. He gets blown up in a building. It seems like they're invincible. But when they start killing people,
there is that weird, like, what are they?
Exactly.
He drops like the toaster into the tub or whatever, and he has like a light bulb in his mouth or whatever.
It was a radio.
Well, the point is it was
a radio,
but
not
it's
toaster.
That's right. It was a radio.
But it's supposed to be ambiguous because that's where the funny comes from. Yeah. As long as we know that they're not actually in legitimate danger, that's what makes it fun.
And then, that's also what I like about the ending of the movie, where they're all strapped to electric chairs, but they all seem to be having a blast.
Yeah.
Like, she's, running down her evil plan, and while Pubert's like doing his thing out in the hallway or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're all kind of like empathizing with her story, like Grandma's like, oh yeah,
been there.
Time for you. And so and they're just like loving the fact that they're like strapped into these electric chairs, and I think that was
for a serial killer though. Why is she walking around with these slides? Like, come on.
Slides with all the families she's murdered.
Yeah. Of everyone she's killed, and the crime scenes, like the house she blew up with her parents in it.
Of course he says that, and he's a fan of Dexter. You know why? It's trophies.
Yeah, but where is she keeping them? At least Dexter has an apartment and an air conditioner. Spoilers, people. Sorry.
She doesn't have that because she's a nomad. She has to move from kill to kill. So she's probably just got him in a suitcase that she travels with. Come on now. Okay. Come on now. Okay. You can't like Dexter and be like, "Oh, I don't get it. A serial killer keeps their trophies." That's how it works.
Speaking of Dexter, let's take a side track for
hell.
a second.
Here we go.
On Dexter.
It's my fault.
Because this came up the other day.
It is my fault.
Because Nikki has seen the first 2 seasons of Dexter, okay? And she mentioned something about a third season, or not third season, the next season coming up, so I told her she has to finish the other 6 seasons that she has to go through first before we can watch it. Which we have plenty of time because they aren't even shooting it yet. But we were talking about something, and I was like, do you think serial killers in Hawaii just like drop body parts in the volcanoes just to get rid of them?
No.
I think it was because Kaylin was asking if you could jump in lava will your body burn or something, and that's how it got on me. I was like, do you think serial killers just dump bodies in active volcanoes and dip?
Probably not. Volcanoes are tourist sites and they're scientists.
It's difficult to get to an active volcano.
That's what she said. I was like, yeah, but Dexter had a boat.
That's what she said.
And you don't think they could just have like a helicopter? Just drop the body right in?
Because then you'd have to have airspace and know all that stuff and who was there last and...
Not necessarily.
Yeah, necessarily.
There's drones nowadays too that can hold people too.
That can hold a body?
Yeah. Or body parts.
That would still require
body parts.
Yeah, which would still require airspace stuff, especially over a lot of times now.
Okay.
When it comes to active volcanoes, those tend to be tourist spots.
Yeah.
Or if they're not a tourist spot, they're also like scientists doing shit there all the time.
You do it at night. I don't know. We'll figure this out when we make the movie, okay? Chill out and we'll go to Hawaii.
I'm gonna go with a hard no, Michael. I gotta go with a hard no. Hard ass no.
Anyways, back to Addams Family. Fuck you. Was anyone else confused about the time frame of this movie?
Like
a little bit. Like they're like day to day. Like I don't understand like what their like day progression is, like how long everything is. And,
so the only time that we get a confirmation of something is like, so they get married, and then 3 weeks later is when she blows up the house.
Yeah. So they've been married, gave him a makeover, moved everything in, and has had a bit of a relationship enough to where like the kids and Gomez and them are actually annoyed that he hasn't been hanging out.
Right.
So, but don't get me wrong, I understand. But you got to remember,
also at summer camp still.
But see, this is what I'm saying. This could hype Gomez up because he is he's very eccentric and over the top. So I could see like half his family being dispersed for almost even 2 weeks is probably too much for him, and he gets a little stir crazy. I can understand that.
Well, also it doesn't help. He just got his brother back in the last movie.
Yeah, but I don't know what the big time jump is between those movies. Right. I mean, we just had the kids, so for all we know, it's only been a year at best, I guess. So, even though the kids look like they're like, 5 years older.
That's a kid actor problem, I think, though.
Oh yeah, that's always a casting thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole thing is I think the story's relatively weak, just because there is pretty much 3 storylines going on, where Gomez and Morticia just really don't do anything except be themselves, and that's it. You have Fester's storyline, which is kind of like, all right, whatever. It's relatively generic, and I don't even find it all that funny. The best part is the summer camp stuff, and I don't think we're there long enough. And I don't even honestly believe that the dynamic with Wednesday and Pugsley gets pushed far enough. They
brought in the other actor just to give Pugsley less time.
Yeah, to be completely honest, it would have been more fun to see them get separated and have to deal with that.
Yeah,
like because they've grown up in that house fucking with each other for pretty much their entire lives, and for the first time ever, they're out in the real world, separated, having to deal with it. Could you imagine like half the movie's just them at the summer camp, Pugsley's getting picked on, and he doesn't know how to deal with it, and maybe Wednesday becomes popular because she's because she's like the dark, mysterious one, and she hates the attention, and Pugsley's pissed off that like he's just got nothing going on. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's just stuff you could have done with them, and because the actors were actually pretty solid. That's the next movie when they go to the third movie in the installment when Christina Ricci and if they could get the kid back for Pugsley. Christina Ricci.
And they're going to Gomez's funeral because, of course, the actor has passed away.
No, how dare you? Don't you dare kill off Gomez.
He's already dead in real life. Anyways.
Well, I don't care about the third one, bitch. And if anything, Oscar Isaac would be a great Gomez. Just throwing that out there.
Isn't he the one that voiced him in that new animated one?
That's what I thought. I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
I think he could pull off a live action.
I think so too.
Gomez if he wanted to.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know. I think it's fine. I think it's fun. I do prefer the first one. I think the first one's better.
Here's my thing on the timing though of it, because they're at summer camp, of course, in the whole movie.
Yeet.
The summer camp, for some reason, is doing a Thanksgiving play. for summer camp.
Well, why not?
It's summer and the leaves on the trees are like almost all gone except for the pine trees, of course.
Yeah. Still get props.
And then of course I always thought Fester was cooking Thanksgiving dinner for some fucking reason my entire life. So I was like, always like, wait, this isn't even a Thanksgiving movie. They just have a Thanksgiving play in it.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's about it for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because they don't even, yeah. And then it's like a year later at the end of the movie because it's Pubert's birthday, right?
Yeah.
Baby doesn't look older at all for a year. An extra year.
I don't pay enough attention to babies.
I don't know how babies are built.
Right?
I can tell, boys. I can tell.
Sorry. How dare I question the expert over here? That is my fault.
Yeah, he's got like 17 kids or whatever at home.
All right. He's got 2 that we know about.
I know of. I don't know what Ohio looks like, but
and it was again, it was, I guess it was another thing where I guess it was a big difference. I remember the first one, I really enjoyed a lot of the score, too. There's just really not a lot of music and stuff that really stands out in this one. It feels just like they really hit the theme a couple of times, and then really other than that, it's just business. Like I don't really notice anything. Nothing really stands out as much as I remembered. And I think it's just me like being older, and maybe I look too much into it, but
yeah.
I watched the first one like a year ago or even less, and I just really enjoyed the first one, and then this was the one that I remember liking, and then I'm like, oh, there's just not a lot of, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of substance to it. It was kind of like when I went back and watched the old, and I hate to keep comparing it to the Turtles, but it was really just like, I remember watching Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, and that's the one I would watch on repeat constantly as a kid. But then in the last like couple of years, I went back and watched 3 again. The fucking first one's the best one, like easily the best one. But like the other 2 are guilty pleasures, and I'm just like, I don't know which one I would prefer more. And back in the day, I would say Addams Family Values is probably the one I would put in first, but now I'm like, nah, I like the first one. There's just so much more going on, and like their masquerade ball, like there's so much costume stuff and music and like intermingling of the family and the way that everything is oriented.
In the first one's really good.
It just holds itself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It just feels more like, even though there's not as many set pieces as there is in this one, like, cause they're obviously not traveling around to other mansions and the day camp and the hospitals and all the stuff that they're going to. The first one, just like, it really made use of its time. and just had a lot of fun, and it was a lot more character interaction. This just feels like a lot of just kind of played out jokes and characters I don't really give a shit about that aren't really fleshed out. You know, because like even like other than the fact that I know the actors or like I understand some of the mechanics of like the counselors and all that stuff, I just don't really care. Like there's just so much going on that none of the stories are taking me in because there's just so much going on.
One thing I wish that I guess both the movies would have done, given more to the extended families too, like cousin thing, I should say, because you get the brief joke of the cousin It's kid named What in this one. Because the doctor said what when it came out. But I wish that they would have done more with that character. I've always loved cousin It. I think he's a really funny character, but he only makes a brief appearance in the first one, and then does he actually show up in this one, or just?
Yeah, it's for just like a walk past. It's just so the babysitter so John Cusack's character can meet a couple of family members.
But I wish they would have done more with some of the extended family members, even like grandma.
No, they show up at the end, John.
Do anything.
Is it at the end, or is it?
They show up at the end for his the baby's birthday, and that's when, because Cubert's cousin It's
you said Cubert.
Yeah.
Is that the video game?
Cousin It's babysitter is the one who looks like Uncle Fester.
Oh, okay.
So, Joan,
because I know
Cusack's
cousin
character,
It does
Debbie,
show up in
Debbie
this
doesn't meet any of the extended family until the wedding, and cousin It is also there as the priest for the wedding.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Okay,
but
because I was like, I know she meets like everybody pretty much. So, and I don't like the lack of Lurch. I just wanted more. I like him. He doesn't do anything, but I like him. I like him in the scenes. I want him there. The
one way that he's different than the TV show Lurch too is he doesn't talk. Yeah. Like he just kind of grunts, so you never get a good "you rang." You know, it's like it's one of those.
He didn't say that in the first one.
I don't think so.
I think he does in the first one. He didn't in this one.
He doesn't say nothing.
I know for a fact he didn't. Yeah. I don't know. I just I expected to go in and laugh a little bit more, and I guess it's just not in my humor range anymore. It was fine, but again, I remember watching the first one and really, really enjoying it and being kind of just like, because I just like the characters. The characters felt more solid, and because there was a lot more talking between the family and they felt more established. You split all of them up into their own storylines, dealing with a bunch of people who don't understand them. So we're not getting any real, I don't know, nothing that really just had any weight to it to me. It's fine on the surface, but really nothing is fucking memorable to me at all. Like, and I just watched it yesterday, and half of it I can barely remember.
So,
to be completely
honest, I give you guys some fun trivia? Because my kids asked, because apparently I'm the weird dad.
I would have probably.
That makes sense.
When they're doing the serial killer cards, they're swiping through, and he's like, oh, I just need the Zodiac and the blah 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 blah, the other guy. Shit, what did they say?
Jack the Ripper.
The Ripper, Jack the Ripper, and Zodiac. And I was like, well, you can't have them because we don't know what they look like. How can you have a card of someone you don't know what they look like?
Zodiac killed Ted Cruz.
Just have the
Zodiac what?
Just have the Zodiac
killer is Ted Cruz.
No, the Zodiac
killer.
There's a meme online where supposedly he's the Zodiac killer. That's why I said that.
I think the Zodiac killer was Charles Manson. Around the same time all the Manson stuff was going on, and then he stopped after Manson got arrested.
I don't buy it.
Just saying.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or a Manson family member. What?
What was your trivia? You said you had trivia.
Oh, yeah. So he is going to trade. Pugsley says, I'll trade you this card for Deb's card. And I'm frozen, ain't I? There we go. Am I frozen still? No? All right. He says, I'll trade you Amy Fisher for the Deb card because they want to see if that's her, their babysitter or whatever. So Amy Fisher was arrested at the age of 17 because she severely wounded Mary Jo Buttafuoco, the wife of her illicit lover, Joe Buttafuoco. Yeah.
Mr. fucking Zumba pants.
Yeah.
I remember that. I know that story quite well.
So she was arrested with attempted first-degree murder and eventually pleaded guilty to first-degree aggravated assault and served 7 years in prison, okay? So she got paroled in 99. Guess what she did with her life after that?
She went to a mansion and married a bald guy and then blew up the house with him.
No.
Oh.
She became a writer. A webcam model, and a porn actress.
Oh, so she OnlyFans.
Yeah, basically. Before it was OnlyFans.
The founder of OnlyFans.
So, I thought that was interesting.
I feel like that's about your only avenue after you get put in prison for shooting a lady in the head, though. So.
I don't know, that one asshole who the Monster Party, our Party Monster movie is based on. He's out of jail now, and he's doing a podcast and living in the parks in New York City. At least that's the last I've heard of him anyways. And he was arrested. Sorry if this is gruesome, people, but he was arrested for cutting a dude's head off and dumping his body.
Which one?
What do you mean?
Which head?
What? Yeah. What?
I love how you had to I love that Austin had to fucking explain it to you, Michael.
No, his actual
dude's head off. I'm like, which
his
one?
Actual
You're like,
head.
what?
Yeah. But it's
that's
here,
not.
yeah.
Anyways. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, but his character was played by Macaulay Culkin back in the day in Party Monster. Also a great movie with Macaulay Culkin and Seth Green in it. It's just very tragic when you know it's based on real shit. So, yeah. Anyways.
Just like Snow Dogs.
I think Marilyn Manson was even in that movie. Because it deals with the
beautiful people.
It deals with the oh fucking hell! What did they call them back in the day?
G.I. Joe. Transformers.
The fucking hell! I don't remember. Just let's go. Let's move it on. Move it on.
No, great story. You should tell that at parties.
I will. Do that.
When we're allowed to have parties again, that's going to be
right. 10 or less. 10 people or less. I like how people are pissed off about that. I'm like, I don't even have 10 friends. Like, what do you want?
You guys have 10 friends?
Right? I'd be happy if I could get a friend to want to spend more than 10 minutes in a room with me. Shit.
All right, so
shit poop.
That was Addams Family Values.
That's pretty much all I got.
That's all I got too. Do you got more, Austin? Sorry, I wasn't close enough to.
Got any notes? Any special insights?
I did write notes, but I think we covered most of it. I guess one thing we didn't talk about is that there was a different actress this time for Grandma. It wasn't the same.
Yeah, I remember her from she's in fucking everything, but lately she was in that
great.
She was in that Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt show.
She was in Taxi.
She's fucking hilarious.
She was in Taxi back in the 70s. She was Scrooged as the Christmas present fairy.
Scrooge. Yeah. Dude, that is the second week in a row that fucking Scrooge just come out.
Scrooge
come up.
Come up, sorry.
And I was the one who was drinking. Jesus.
Shut up.
You had a hard seltzer. Calm down, Mike.
I know, right?
Before we.
Let me know how your fucking sorority meeting goes next week. You with your fucking bubbly.
All right, fuck it.
Yum! This one has a hint of blueberry in it. Ooh, my vagina is just secreting.
It hurts.
Sorry, that was mean.
That's
that was
nasty.
vulgar. I feel bad. I want to take that back. Whap! Fucking Michael down there, Cardi B-ing it up.
You would like to have my WAP on you, so shut up.
No, I don't. I don't want any. I want any of that. I want any of that.
I sent you.
But I was glad I watched it. I gotta say, I'm glad I watched it. I didn't hate it. I would say I would definitely. I'd give it. I as an adult, I'm gonna flip flop my movies. I would definitely recommend one over this one, but I think they're both worth watching.
I think they're both worth watching for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be dissatisfied, but I definitely do think the first one's the superior.
And for a movie from the '90s, it's not stupid. Either of them.
Yeah.
Super dated.
Yeah. I'd agree.
I think maybe things skateboarding in the beginning of this one. Maybe it was a little dated because skateboarding was so big and then.
Well, I just make more the argument that they blew their load on some weird CGI that they didn't really need. I just found that scene to be really fucking useless.
It was very useless, and it went on for a really long time.
Yeah.
I was watching this and I was like, all right.
I'm glad you said something because Hannah and I both said you fucking could have cut that out and you would have lost nothing. If anything, I would have probably preferred it because I would have rather have gotten right to the shot. Because the first shot looks great when they come up to the door and you meet everybody. I just thought that was way better.
They would have cut it out. They would have lost that section of the budget that they already blew because they didn't give a fuck what you cared
But
about.
that's what it felt like. It felt like, look, we're in the next movie. Look at all the money we have.
Right.
Fucking show it off. And I was like, just make that a deleted scene. It doesn't do shit for the film. It's a really bad introduction. And I was confused.
How'd they do him back then? Do you guys know? Just a green suit on the
I
hand,
mean,
right?
the
on the
hand
arm?
was done by the guy who did the hand was a magician.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing he was in.
I imagine they would just do
green
everything on
suit
a
and they just
big green
map
screen and just animate him doing it, and then they just
stick the hand in.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what the process is of it, but I agree that it's just they need Thing to do something. So it's what can we do? I don't know. We can skateboard on a rollerblade for a while.
Yeah, it was so unnecessary. I mean, I get you wanted to kind of jerk yourself off a little bit. Look at the cool stuff we can do, but it's why though? If anything, just you could have literally had that. Just put it later in the movie. You know what I mean? Just get us in, have us ready to go, have us engaged, and then just toss that in. Maybe Thing's bored because the kids are off at this place. Yeah. Morticia and Gomez are bored. Fester's not in the house anymore, and he doesn't want to hang out with and Thing's just bored. So what's he doing? He's skateboarding through the house. There you go.
Yeah, that would make more sense, but it's just a random scene in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
It means nothing.
And every good filmmaker knows the first 5 minutes of your film, that is probably the most important time you have. You need to set your tone, you need to introduce something, and you really just need to get people engaged immediately. That's what
they did a pretty good job with that. I like some of the opening shots of this one, with Fester howling at the moon and grandma and the kids burying the live cat. There's some things in there where I'm all right, I'm in this, and then there's that scene where it takes me out of it more than anything.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Yep.
I would just say I remember this better when I was younger. Just when I watched it.
It definitely appeals.
I think watching it too with the intent to know I was going to discuss it, I was looking for more shit, and I was just and I didn't really have to look that hard either, which is sad for this movie. I remember it being a lot better. I guess the only thing
you just see how empty it is.
The only thing I really remember is Wednesday's stuff from it, and that's about it.
Because it's the only thing that felt new.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, it's the only thing that felt new.
I think that's just a testament to her as an actress. Honestly, I think she just really was getting really good at this point, and they gave her something memorable to do, like lighting up a racist play. Like, that's cool.
I don't know. I guess I feel like a jerk just because I think it's the only interesting part because everything else is so boring. Like, I think that's why it sticks out. It's just because it's the only thing that seems to have any like consequence.
Weight to it.
There's a lot of good acting. Well, and also like the set pieces are really big. Think about it. You have the big play. You have this huge stage that they built, all these costumes, all these kid actors, and then you get to cut to this. You get to cut to the stands with a bunch of adults.
Yeah.
And there's just chaos. There's so much going on. There's a lot to do.
And you know that was just a pain in the ass to the film for sure.
Well, and but I'm just saying there's just a lot going a lot going on, and there is consequence throughout the film from the stuff that they do. But really at the end of the day, then what do we cut back to? Morticia and Gomez doing the same thing that they always do. And then Fester and Joan Cusack in a boring fake marriage, and then she blows up everything, and then she just turns into a hostage situation that we're not even ever worried about. Like, we felt bad in the first one when they lose the house. Like, that's a big deal. But in this, it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
So when is everything going to go back to normal? Like, I'm just waiting for the end at this point. So again, I think the characters are all there. The acting is solid. These people really get their characters. They understand what they're doing. But it's them being put in weird situations that tries to keep it afloat, and the situations that they're put in are really not all that interesting.
Yeah,
and again, I think
they could have like expanded out further. I like the idea of going out of the house, like sending the kids to summer camps. A good idea, but I feel like the story A with Fester needed to be completely different from what it, because it's the same thing except he's in a marriage instead of a fake mom.
What fanfic here? What I would have probably done is completely scrap the Fester storyline and made him part of the kids' summer camp. Make Fester a counselor. Yeah. He sneaks in and becomes a counselor. Because then, fun counselor. Like, imagine him. Yeah, like imagine he'll like jump in and go like teach all the kids archery. So he straps himself to like a big target and tells the kids to shoot and shit like that, or something like that. Like he's like really weird. I don't know, or like make him like a cook or something at the grounds, and because he wants to hang out with the kids.
Sorry, we keep talking about summer camp. I want to watch Heavyweights now.
One of the most underrated Ben Stiller films ever made.
Such a good film.
100.
And then there was maybe you guys can remember. I don't remember what it's called, so I can't find the damn thing. It was
Camp Nowhere.
Is that what it's called? For real?
I bet you it is.
It was like these kids were on a mountain, and I think it was the guy, the tall dangly dude from Home Alone.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. No, it's and
like there was like a bank robbery or something was robbed, and they were trying to like.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Help him, and then they realized it, and then they used the girl's bra as like a slingshot and stuff like that, and it was like a very 90s movie. But I was like, what is it called? Because I want to rewatch it. I don't know what it's called.
Bushwhacked.
Is it Bushwhacked? Okay. Yeah. I'm going to rewatch that. I'm going to write that down right now and rewatch it tonight sometime.
Yeah, I remember that one. No, the other camp movie that came out around that time was Camp Nowhere. And the only reason why I remember that was because that was the first time I ever got trailer fucked by a movie, where they put out this really cool trailer and then the scene you went to go see the movie for didn't happen.
Oh, like every Avengers movie that the Russo brothers do then. Okay.
Okay, calm down. It was just Infinity War. Chill out. Which I actually appreciated. That fake out, but
them. Fuck you.
They were making popcorn, and then the popcorn explodes, and then like everybody jumps out of the camp house in this big explosion with popcorn and stuff flying out behind them. It was really awesome, and Yeah, it wasn't in the movie, so fuck that movie. To be fair, the movie was not nearly as good.
What I hate is when trailers just use stuff that's in the movie, but it's the only good stuff in the movie.
Yeah, right.
That's what I felt about like the Simpsons movie. It was like I went in
Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah,
Isn't that what Suicide Squad did?
It's like, okay, all the good stuff. What?
Suicide Squad is a completely different fucking movie than what the trailer was.
Suicide Squad didn't know what movie it wanted to be.
Oh no, that's one of those movies. The editors didn't know though.
Yeah, that's one movie. Michael gets he gets his fucking panties all twisted in a bunch. That's a movie where I would want the David Ayer, David Goyer, or whatever. Ayer, I think it's Ayer.
Yeah.
I would like his cut of that movie because you can tell from that trailer it's a completely different
Only
film.
if Warner Brothers gives him $70 million extra to cut it. God.
Well,
that makes it a 4-hour special.
Well, it's never going to happen now because they have to pay Amber Heard to come back for Aquaman 2. Fucking hell. I'm really sad, guys. Fucking Aquaman 1 commentary with Hannah is one of the funniest things I've ever done with her, and it makes me laugh my fucking ass off. But I just cannot bring myself to watch the second one if she's going to be fucking in
okay.
I can't.
So
I even if she wasn't, I don't know if I would watch this.
Honestly, I'm
that
with
first one, so.
It's fucking trash, but it's so funny.
Tivis
it's
is gonna
so
hate you guys
bad.
for that.
Tivis and I have talked about this before.
Austin, have you ever seen? I either have a full commentary or I have one where I actually cut it down to like an hour and 10 minutes, our best bits. I have to send you a link to my Dropbox for it. It fucking makes me laugh.
I saw that it was like on the theaters around here do like a $5 Tuesday thing. I don't know if they do that where you guys are too, but and I went and saw Into the Spider-Verse. And right after that, I was like, I still want to go see a movie. So I stayed in the theater and I went to see because Aquaman was out at the same time. I'm like, I haven't seen that yet. And I tell you what, that is the worst roller coaster ride I've ever been on.
I couldn't imagine going from Spider-Verse to fucking Aquaman. I couldn't imagine
Spider-Verse like on top of the world. I was
exactly.
Oh God, that was so good. And then I went to Aquaman and I was like, well, that was that, I guess.
I lucked out. I had two of the best back-to-back movie experiences ever. And I just bought the movie club thing where you get like a free ticket or whatever every like week or whatever. Yeah. Spider-Verse and then Greatest Showman or is the other way around. I can't remember. And I'm one of those people that like I think Greatest Showman's like fucking one of the best musicals ever made ever of all time. Next to Muppet Christmas Carol. Fucking hell, dude. It was so nice to be going to theaters again when movies were actually fucking good again. Because, man, we've just had to go through a myriad of shit.
Don't worry.
And then I had Joker and then 1917.
Don't worry, John. If everything stays the way it is, you won't have to worry about having to go to a movie to see horrible movies.
No, I'll just have to buy a fucking subscription to Disney Plus and then pay another $30 to watch a shitty remake of a film.
And HBO Max.
Did either of you see Mulan?
No, it comes out in like the 4th. Why would I pay to see it?
I mean Mulan. Well,
I've watched some.
Not to pay to see Mulan.
I've watched some like video like analysis videos about it that kind of broke it down, and I was not even interested in seeing it before those, but after I was like, maybe when it's free for Disney Plus subscribers, I'll try it.
I'll send you an EFAP. These guys watch the original cartoon and then immediately watch the new one. It's fucking hilarious, dude. I'll send that to you.
I still don't think I've seen the original cartoon hysterical. All the way through.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's because you're a fucking terrible person.
The original movie is actually probably in my top like 2 Disney movies ever. Yeah. I love it.
I did a music video for it, but then
I know it's how we met, you fuck. I actually enjoyed it. I was like, oh, these people actually have a great like. Don't get me wrong, your video looked like shit, but But I was like, ooh,
there were
I
some
like
cool
what
shots.
you guys were
Thank you
trying
very
to
much.
do.
I climbed into a
There were some decent
into
shots.
a fucking tree for one of those shots. So suck a dick. First of all,
No, there was a there was a couple of decent shots, but it still looked like shit. But like,
yeah.
But I liked your idea. I liked the ambition.
It was fun. It was fun. Except they didn't. They got me on the one day where I hadn't shaved for like a week, so I had like this beard.
It made you look more
I
gruff.
had this beard coming in, and then they wanted to put a fake mustache over that beard, and my beard comes in red. So it was like so.
So it didn't even matter.
It was so stupid. I was like, "What the fuck?"
That's actually funny.
It felt really weird too.
But no, I'm glad you guys made me watch this though. It was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun.
What other?
It's fine. It's
go on, talk.
Do we do the pretentious shit like where we give it a number or score?
I hate scoring things.
Right? Isn't that kind of shit?
Like you never want to score things too high because then you just feel like, oh, why did I score that so high? And you don't want to score it too low to be like, I hate everything. So there's
I think this movie sits right above par. I would say I'd give it a 6, both objective and subjective. Like subjectively, like it didn't bother me. I enjoyed the acting and stuff, and I enjoyed the aesthetic. I didn't find I wish the high contrast would have come back because them being a darker family makes it a little bit funnier. And then they could have juxtaposed that with the day camp.
Yeah.
So like you could have had the bright lighting there and then gone really dark when they're in the house or with Morticia and all that. But it's not fucking film breaking for me. It's just an aesthetic thing. And then objectively, I think it's all fine. The acting's there, music's passable, it's fine. Again, I just got to say the first one's, I keep comparing it to the first one, and that's probably the detriment, is that I think the first one is just fucking far superior.
Yeah.
So other than that, I think they're both, I think this one's completely passable, and I would never say it's a bad watch. So I would just say if you're bored, check it out. Yeah, I'd just say check it out. It's fine.
I think your comparison to TMNT 3 was actually pretty decent compared.
I can't help it. It feels cartoony and hyperbolic.
But I would not compare. Definitely would not compare the first one to the first Ninja Turtles movie at all.
I don't know. They're both pretty good.
I mean,
solid characters, really cool
but the
set
first
design,
Turtles movie
really
is
good
just
music.
So fucking good. Like,
I really like the first Turtles
and
movie.
because I would be comparing them as two comic movies, I guess, because Addams Family is comic movie. I would still be like, no, fuck no. It's nowhere near the first Ninja Turtles movie.
Are these live action ones better than that cartoon that you watched recently? Because you actually kind of like the Illumination one,
it was
didn't you?
Good. I mean, it felt.
I really don't like the character design. I understand that they're the original from the old strips, but that doesn't give it a fucking pass for me. I just think it looks like shit.
You go back and think, like, I didn't know about the old strips and stuff before, but then when I found out about it and everything, and then when this movie came out, a costume came out, I was like, the costume looks like Sean Astin. I was like, so that was really good casting on them when they cast him back in the day.
Oh, and I really don't like Nick Kroll's
did I say Sean Astin?
Voice.
I mean, John Astin. My bad.
Yeah, and I really don't like Nick Kroll's voice for Fester. I really don't like it. Like that high pitch, like.
Again, that's another one where Fester was a big thing, and fucking a love interest and stuff in the movie. And,
wow, really? Yeah. So they just stuck with that dynamic. That's so boring, dude.
What is it with Fester? Like they're in a family that has so many interesting characters in it. Like it's like a family that's designed to be interesting characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And why are we focusing at least 3 movies squarely on Fester?
Yeah.
You know what I would have done? This is what I would have done in the cartoon. Again, because I really like Morticia. I think she's a linchpin in the family. Imagine like if her mom and dad came.
Mm-hmm.
And you start to see a divide in the relationship, because like her parents don't like Gomez even after all these years.
I did like that we
imagine something like that.
A little bit more.
I would have done something like that
of the Addams Family, like stuff before, like a few minutes, not even a lot, a few minutes of it in
just
the
like
cartoon before they get into their house and stuff. I'm looking to see right now because they did a Addams Family show in the 90s that was really horrible, but they also did
the one you sent me?
Probably, yeah.
The cartoon?
No, it was a movie. Or a live action, sorry. A live action show.
Because they did a cartoon that I thought was
no, they did a live action show, and then they did Addams Family Reunion, the movie, which is based on the show, except they switched out Gomez and put Tim Curry as Gomez for the movie.
Ugh.
Yeah, if you've never like seen anything of it, you can. There's never been like a DVD or VHS. There's never been really released, but you can see clips and stuff online. It looks.
Oh my God. I'm gonna read the synopsis to this movie because I've never seen
Tim Curry as Gomez. Sounds like fucking just nightmare fuel. That sounds awful. That sounds like no good at all.
This whole synopsis sounds awful, by the way. I just only read a few seconds of it and I didn't read the whole thing, so I'm gonna read it out loud. All right. So this is the Addams Family Reunion from 1998. So this isn't even that far removed from these movies. And it's based on the 90s show.
Fucking get on with it, dude.
No. I have to go downstairs when I'm done.
He keeps giving us a little bit.
So it says Gomez and Morticia Addams are horrified to discover that Grandpa and Grandma Addams have a rare disease that is slowly turning them normal. So they stole a storyline out of the Munsters, by the way.
They're going to become cis white males.
The only chance they have of curing them is to organize a family reunion, hoping that someone knows a home remedy. Unfortunately, due to a printing error, the family arrives at the reunion of an ordinary family named Addams, with one D, while Gomez and Morticia, oblivious to the mistake, search for a cure amongst a family divided by the wish to inherit. Pugsley and Wednesday are busy making new friends. Explode Uncle Fester and Thing. Wow, they did not write this right. Uncle Fester and Thing search for a vicious chihuahua that lives on human hair, and Lurch falls in love. Meanwhile, a couple going...
See, that I would like to see.
Lurch falling in love? Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a couple going to the reunion are given the wrong address and end up at the Addams with 2 Ds mansion, where Grandmama and Cousin It are staying. No one's life will ever be the same. It sounds like a horrible movie.
It sounds really cumbersome. It just sounds like there's way too much fucking going on.
Yeah, I think the same guy plays Lurch, though. Yeah, it's the same dude who played Lurch in the original 2 movies.
Yeah, he's also the same guy who played the big tall alien in Men in Black.
Fucking hell, yes! Another connection. God. All right.
And he also, that actor also played a character called the Giant in the show Twin Peaks.
Yep. Yeah. He also was in Dr. Sleep as one of the grandpa. Did you watch Dr. Sleep?
I haven't watched Dr. Sleep yet.
Okay.
I think Hannah did. I didn't.
I enjoyed it. Being like a...
Did you see all the Ruby references from fucking Rooster Teeth?
No.
Oh yeah, you guys have to be RT fan. Tivis would understand if he saw it.
I enjoyed Dr. Sleep as like a continuation from The Shining. It's not as great as The Shining.
Is it real? Is it a continuation?
Yeah, it's a sequel book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wrote the sequel book. It was a few years ago, and then they just made it into the movie. So
honestly,
it wasn't like extraordinary or anything. But it's fine.
Yeah.
It gives there's a little bit of a feel of like Dream Warriors in the movie. I'll tell you that right now. So, yeah.
That's a Nightmare on Elm Street
Dream Warriors
6? Was it 4?
Yeah. Okay. 3 and
4. That's the one that always
3
fucked
and
with
4
me.
Both deal with the Dream Warriors.
If I remember Dream Warriors, that's the one that really fucked with me. That stuck with me because they had 2 really weird kills. It was the one that had the giant Q-tip that fucked me up, and then he's in the van and he like falls and then hits a bed of spikes and then there's like holes in his body in real life. It fucked me up It's
Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is Dream Warriors, but number 4 deals with it too. It's also the one where
I just remember
he
those
like
kills being the most.
He like shoves the needles into the addict in the dream, and
I remember that one too. Yeah,
I think
which oh god, you just gave me with the needle thing. You just gave me like a fucking hardcore fuck. I'm gonna bring this up. Okay, well I don't know how this is gonna. We're recording and then we're gonna record one tomorrow, I believe. I gotta say, fucking hell. I'm going to say it here, and I'm going to say it again tomorrow because I'm that pissed off. I just finished Haunting a Hill House. Mm-hmm. I've been kissing its ass for the last couple of weeks. Fuck that last episode. Fuck it right in its ass. It ruined everything. It was one of the best TV shows I'd ever seen in my life. And then they fucking completely dropped the ball in the final episode.
You have that issue a lot lately. You're finding like shows you really like, and then they screw up with the last 2 episodes or so.
Fuck! It's so bad.
Didn't the boys do that to you too? Like the last 2 or 3 episodes, they just screwed it up for you.
To be fair, Boys season 2 is pretty just shit the whole way through.
But you were giving it leeway as you.
I gave it a pass for 3 episodes, and then I started to see the dumb, and then the final episode was just so fucking bad. I'm just like, I don't even care about season 3.
Right.
To be complete. The only reason why I'm going to watch season 3 is because I want to support Jensen Ackles and I want to see him as Soldier Boy. That is it.
Boy.
I don't give a fuck about that show.
They'll play
anymore.
The Soldier Boy song. Hey.
You.
God, fucking Seth Rogen will put that in there too. You know it. You know he's going to.
They will probably even bring the rapper in and kill him just for fun.
Probably.
But anyway, I figure that's everything.
I figure.
So is this like normal? Are we gonna get a quote?
Since this is Thanksgiving, our Thanksgiving episode, we've been shitting on a lot of stuff. Let's each give something we're thankful for. In entertainment, at least. So, who wants to start first?
I'll start because I just finished a show that I actually really really liked.
Okay.
Recommend to everybody who hasn't watched it. It's called The Queen's Gambit on Netflix, about the where Anya Taylor-Joy plays that chess prodigy in the 60s. I loved it. I thought that was a great show all the way through. It's a limited series, so it's not going to be a multi-season. Mm-hmm. There's 7 episodes, hour long, but it's really good. So that's mine.
It's only going to be 1 season?
As far as I know, it's based on a book.
Okay.
And as far as I know, they covered the whole book. So it seemed complete to me. They call it a limited series on Netflix.
Right. Which just means that 1 season then. Otherwise, they would have said like part 1 or part 2. It's funny they'll put them in parts now instead of just calling them seasons. It's because they drop them like every other 6 months or something like that.
Yeah, no shit.
But it's really good. I think it'd be easy for a show about chess to be really boring.
Okay.
But the filmmaking is so good that it's like really dramatic, even in the games. Like they do a really good job of keeping you in it.
And this is a Netflix original,
right?
Yeah.
I did see a couple of trailers for it. I gotta ask, is it like overtly like SJW like feminazi stuff? Because the way they push it in their trailer, it was very like anti, like, you know, fuck the patriarchy, like you can beat them, you're smarter than them type shit.
They put all of it in the trailer, but like there's only like I mean, it takes place in the 60s where like women didn't play chess, so there is a mention of like, oh, she's a woman, but
it does help that it's period pieced.
Yeah, they don't dwell on it.
Okay.
It's
cool.
It's very unoffensive to anybody, I think. So
cool. Like, cause I've never said that those elements are bad. It's when they're obviously like forced over egregious.
I saw somebody else commenting about that on there who hadn't seen it. They're like, oh, honestly, it's just that this female chess player kicks everybody's ass. It's
So it's just it's just basic female going into a male dominated.
Exactly. So like
just kicking ass.
They don't rub it in your face like these men are terrible or anything.
You're like look at this,
and as long as they don't make them dumb. Well, and as long as you don't make them dumb, like it's like she's coming into a dominated thing and being just as good, if not better, is different than being like, hey, these people who should be really good at what they do, they're fucking trash. Right. You know what I mean? Something like that.
But of course, the marketing the marketing for it is going to.
But that's what I'm saying is the marketing's really bad. I would even argue like I haven't watched Enola Holmes, but that's how they like really sell it. And it's just like, man, then I heard they do that stuff. Like they make Sherlock Holmes really kind of retarded.
I still haven't watched that yet.
In that movie.
But Netflix, clearly we all know after Cuties, Netflix sucks at their marketing.
All right, chill out. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. They might win an Oscar, dude. Here we are talking shit about it. Ugh, gross. So when you said thankful, was it in entertainment or was it something about movies?
Media in general. So I'll just go because I'm looking at us. He's above me. I'm here, and then you're next. So I'll just go. Okay. Because fuck you.
All right. Fair enough.
You talking though?
Hey, I get to go last, baby.
Yeah.
I get to go last, baby.
So,
fucking end Bill.
I will also. What's that?
That as soon as he starts, let's end the cast. All right, guys. See you later.
I know, right? And fuck.
I'll just talk by myself. I don't care. Like I can't do that. Come on. I've had a few more drinks today. I could go all solo, baby. Han Solo.
No. God damn it.
So I'm gonna go the route Austin went with this and just be thankful for a show that I found. I'm gonna be thankful once, or not once, I should say. I'm gonna be thankful to my wife for making me leave. So we turned the TV on outside, and I thought we were going to eat outside, and we were watching, or I should say, I was watching Grounded for Life. Great show from the early 2000s, I think it is.
Gay.
I know. Went inside, ate, and John just fucking left. Fucker. Now I gotta edit that. Ugh. Ate, went back outside, and this show popped up on there because it's a TV app that I have that just plays random stuff throughout the day. And this show was on there called Bridget and Eamon. Eamon, I believe it's pronounced. Bridget and Eamon. And it's an Irish sitcom. And everybody in this show I found on Amazon Prime. All 4 seasons are on Amazon Prime. This is so fucking funny to me. I don't understand why it's so funny. Because at first I left it on and was watching, and I was just like looking for something else to turn on, but it just kept my attention the whole time. And I realized, like,
you accidentally figured out how to channel surf on like a streaming service.
Yeah.
I don't know how you did that, but that's incredible.
It was awesome. But because it just continuously keeps playing new stuff, like even Batman showed up, Batman 60s.
It's happened to me on YouTube all the time.
But I love the show. I recommend everyone watch it. It's it's an Irish sitcom, short seasons. I think 6 episodes per season, 6 or 7 episodes per season, 4 seasons, 25-minute episodes.
Oh, nice.
And it's
I'm not gonna lie, that actually that really speaks volumes to me. I love things that are like really compact like that because it feels like it's like there's not gonna be a ton of filler. So it's either gonna be like really shit and it's just like, oh, they went too fast and they needed more time, or it's like, ooh, they knew what they were doing and they nailed it.
A lot of the British shows I like because Europeans like these short, compact seasons. Like the original Office is only like.
Or even like a Sherlock with like Benedict Cumberbatch.
And like there's a sitcom that I really think is one of the funniest sitcoms ever, IT Crowd.
I called it the It Crowd for a billion years, and apparently I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, no, that's a good call too. Yeah,
definitely. But just
Yeah, you sent us the link.
Yeah, I
to
sent
that.
you a
I'm
link
excited.
to a site because I didn't know where it was at until I finally searched, because everything was saying that it was on Amazon Prime UK, and so I didn't look until I got home later that it was actually on Prime in the States as well. But it's Bridget and Eamon are the typical unhappily married 80s Irish couple. It's also an 80s piece too, by the way, which makes it cooler, in my opinion.
People love the 80s.
They live somewhere in the Midlands with their indeterminate number of children, because they have like 5 billion fucking kids. I don't know how many they have. There's one
Irish
episode
dude.
they just like hand a shotgun to their kids and tell them don't shoot each other. Fucking send them out the door.
You're Irish and Catholic. If you don't have at least 8 kids, you didn't do it right.
It's a married couple. The whole show is basically about the married couple that just they fucking hate each other, but they also love each other. You know, married with children.
Again,
Irish.
That is a very Catholic. That is a very Catholic
yeah.
thing. I promise you that.
And it's like a dry, dark humor too, which I really like dark humor and dry humor too, because I know I told you about Norseman, which is on Netflix, and that's like a dry, dark comedy as well, but set with maybe it's the accents that get me. Maybe that's what it is. I like an accent. I like a good accent.
Makes it feel more intelligent to you, to your silly American.
I'm thankful for accents. There, I'm thankful for accents.
I think all people are pretty thankful for accents. Makes you feel exotic.
Oh yeah.
I guess for me, I might actually just take it into the realm of. I guess I'm going to make it really basic. Kind of to toot my own horn. Hannah and I just did a 24-hour long gaming stream to raise money for Extra Life, and given the pandemic and everything going on lately, I'm really thankful for how accessible technology is these days in the realm of media. Pretty much everybody and your grandma can have a fucking Twitch channel or a YouTube channel, or if you want to stream something, you can find it. If you need to learn something, you can go on YouTube.
Yep.
If you just want to be entertained or learn something in an entertaining way, like when we talked with Aiden, she mixes, college level ideas and lectures and mixed it into media and can edit it really fun and make it digestible for fucking Luddites like me. And I'm really thankful for where technology is right now, to where even the three of us live nowhere near each other, but yet we can every week just talk about shit that we really care about or don't care about or hate
or fight with each other for some reason.
Well, and I think at the end of the day, liking and hating things together can be very cathartic for everyone, or gives you an opportunity to rethink something and take something else away when you turn the camera off. It's like, oh, I thought this way, and then you guys say a bunch of stuff. I might not agree with you in the time, but when I turn the camera off, I have 24 hours to sit on it, and then I go, fuck, maybe they were right, or I get to go back and reevaluate something, and it gives me an excuse to dive deeper into stuff and consider why did I like this and why did they like this, or
it
why
goes
didn't
both
they
ways.
like
This
this.
is one of the things too, and I'm gonna toot our own horns here. Thing is gonna join both of us right now and just jerk us all off. That I love having different personalities on the podcast all the time. Aiden was a definite different one. But like I've literally told people, like, we have had pastors, porn stars, and now psychologists. So we're the 3 Ps.
A master's / PhD holder.
The 3 Ps.
A pastor and a porn star.
I'm working on getting the 4th P, and that will come later.
Oh no.
Pro wrestler.
Elon Musk. We need a philanthropist. That's what we need, right?
But we would have had a pro wrestler. We would have had 4 Ps already. But so I'm just working on the P's, And like Austin's here, so pretentious. No, I'm just fucking.
Wow.
Damn.
don't.
To be fair, I think him and I
pretentious as a negative.
I would say
John's pretentious too.
I would say me. I was about to say I think me and Austin are both super pretentious, but in like a different way.
John's like that elitist pretentious.
That's it.
But no,
I hate everything.
I'm thankful for all of our guests that we've had on. We're almost hitting the episode 100 come next month, I think, from this. So and
so naked cast or like what are we doing?
OnlyFans that
we're gonna do it on
OnlyFans, bitch.
It's Britney, bitch.
We're gonna do OnlyFans and we're gonna green screen our arms out so it looks like things just jerking us all off. There we go.
Man, you really just can't get away from that, can you?
I want to know what they mean. What do they mean?
But we know exactly what they mean. It was obvious. But yeah, but that's what I'll reiterate. That's what I was thankful for. I'm really thankful for technology and it being accessible and I like the fact that overthinking and critical thinking about movies is starting to have a comeback because I think critical thinking is something that I think the world could really use again. I feel like we've kind of lost it thanks to Google and you know, just a lot of stuff going on lately. So it's nice to get on a camera. Austin, it's been wonderful. I've known you in our little community for a little bit, and I've listened to the cast that you were on, and I've been waiting for a while to get to chat with you. So I definitely don't imagine this will be the last time. I hope it comes up pretty soon. Definitely want to talk.
My own biggest issue is that you always do it Wednesday mornings. Recording, and I always work Wednesday mornings, so
I'll make time for you. We got to definitely do the Lighthouse thing, and if I'm gonna watch Parasite too, I'd like to wax nostalgic with you on that one too. So when I get it done, but yeah, thanks to technology and stuff, we get to do shit like this, and you know, down the road we can do watch togethers, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, definitely thankful for where we're at in the media age right now. Now we just need to make sure that big tech and big bullshit isn't trying to censor everybody, so we can keep it this way. So
yeah,
that's all.
I'm definitely thankful for you guys showing up today, and like I said, every guest that comes on, especially Austin, this is your 4th time on, man. So I think you've guested the most besides Tivis, right?
I think so. I don't know how many times EJ has gone. I know he's gone on at least
only
2.
been once.
Has he only been one?
EJ's 1 or 2. You're about 4. Tivis is essentially host now, and then Amelia's been twice or 3 times. I think it was just twice.
Yep.
Because I made her mad about Birds of Prey. Whoops.
I'm still thankful.
Sorry, Birds of Prey. Sorry, Michael. Birds of Prey sucks.
You, sir.
I'm not backing off on that.
I am not thankful for that comment. This is the part of Thanksgiving where we start to fight. Like a traditional family.
Well, whatever, drunk uncle, you and your fucking seltzer waters.
Hey. Okay, everybody. Corona seltzer cherry is delish. Even that last sip that's usually nasty, is delish. Drink that shit.
Corona, don't listen to him. Corona's sponsoring this video.
Corona is not sponsoring this video. God, I wish I had Corona money.
I have to figure out how to drink it. I have to drink it through my mask.
The only Corona that's sponsoring this video is the virus.
I like how he pseudo piggybacked off my joke.
I didn't even hear your joke. My bad.
I know, it's fine.
All right, well, so for today, I am not actually going to read my quote.
What?
I thought it'd be better to just play the quote because no one can say it better.
Can't wait for us to get fucking demonetized.
We're not monetized. Who the fuck cares? I even cut out dead space in the clip to keep it to the 30 seconds legally allowed.
I love dead space. What do you mean legally?
You can grab 30 seconds of audio. Yeah, for sure. All right.
Here we go.
So my quote for today is not me quoting anything, but it is Wednesday from Addams Family Values.
I feel like this is lazy.
Totally lazy.
Guys, I want the audience to know this is lazy as fuck. He should have just memorized it.
Cut the audio. What are you talking about, lazy? That's even more work.
This is fucking bullshit.
All right, fuck it. Chug it. Football.
Football! On Thanksgiving, football!
All right, here we go. 3,
Packers suck.
2, 1. Did that work? I don't know.
I didn't.
Michael did a bad job. We didn't hear that for fucking anything. So I'm just gonna put in a and
all right, fuck it. Then I'll read the goddamn quote.
What a fucking waste of time.
That's gonna get cut. No, it's not. That's totally gonna stay.
No, please keep it in. Please keep it in.
It's just 30 seconds of us just sitting here quiet.
Just fucking stay. No, and the worst part is in the video, it's like me and Michael going like, because we have headphones on, you're not wearing headphones, so you just shoved your face into the fucking camera, and Michael and I are like, huh? Michael, that was so fucking epic,
I can hear
dude. That was... What a fucking edgelord fail. Oh my God. Right. That was fucking glorious.
So for
dude.
Thanksgiving, thank you guys. It's Wednesday from Addams Family Values. And I'm never going to say it
Hell yeah.
as Christina Ricci. So, fuck it. Chug it and football.
You mean Ricky.
Wednesday. You have taken the land which is rightfully ours. Years from now, my people will be forced to live in mobile homes on reservations. Your people will wear cardigans and drink highballs. We will sell our bracelets by the roadsides. You will play golf and enjoy hot hors d'oeuvres. My people will have pain and degradation. Your people will have stick shifts. The gods of my tribe have spoken. They have said, do not trust the pilgrims. Especially Sarah Miller.
Yeah, fuck Sarah Miller.
Fuck Sarah Marshall, too.
Later, nerds. I'm gonna hate you.
You just finished another great episode of Operation Babble. You can catch every episode of Operation Babble on all your audio streaming services, including SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, and more. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Operation Babble, and join the conversation today by searching for the Operation Babble group on Facebook. Links also in the description. Don't forget to find Myke on all social platforms, including YouTube, by searching Myke Shrews, MYKESHREWS. You can find John on Instagram and YouTube via Bald Man Bad. Thanks and have a great day.